Over the years, from 1934, Oliva Tobacco Company started in downtown Tampa in a small business, and then it went on to Ybor City, a little larger space, and then today, of course, it's in a very large building in West Tampa. How has the volume increased? Did it spike somewhere? Has demand for tobacco been steady and going upwards, or has it spiked upwards at points? Or
well, Tony, I tell you, it probably did around 1964 with the Surgeon General's report. But I wasn't around then, working in the business. I was in school, so I can't tell you much. I can tell you that from the time that I started with Oliva Tobacco Company, which is 1970 to date, our sales have increased probably over 15 times what they were then. So it has spiked. The 90s, the late 90s with the cigar boom, I think that created the biggest spike in our industry that I've ever witnessed.
To what do you attribute the sudden boom in cigar tobacco and cigar sales in the 90s?
I would say it had a lot to do with cigar magazines and with the people wanting to enjoy the attitude of the day, the good lifestyle, the fine wines, the fine cigars, the lack of any.
So it's a bandwagon.
Yeah, it is a bandwagon effect, and where even the girls jumped on the bandwagon. Okay? And of course, the celebrities got involved with it, and you know how that is. The United States of entertainment. So.
Some of the governments in South America are not known exactly for their predictability. How difficult is it to operate in a foreign country where there's people trying to overthrow the government and there's chaos at times? Are you able to get through that okay, or does that present a problem?
No, I don't think it presents a problem to that to the point that if they're anti-American, they'll put sanctions against them or sanctions against us. But we operate in these governments basically on a strictly apolitical basis. We do not offer an opinion on what we think of their government. And in my case, when asked, I tell them, listen, I'm very happy that your country has and grateful that your country has allowed us to come in here, and we bring our own money in there. We don't finance anything through the banks of those countries. We definitely put in a lot more, than we take out. I think everybody in our business does that. I think most people in our business do that. So we don't offer any opinions on their political situation, and we don't want any of their opinions on our political situation. So we stay away from talking politics, and we've done very well. Other than in Cuba, where it was impossible to stay, we've survived in Nicaragua. We've survived through governments. When the Sandinistas took over, we were not ever asked to leave there because we had nothing to do with the Somoza government. So therefore, we were appreciated by the Somoza government. We were thanked by the Sandinista government. We have had no real problems in these countries. Now, if it gets like it got in Cuba, we would be forced to get out. That's why we're spread over many countries. My dad did not want to put all his eggs in one basket after Cuba.
If the current administration and government of the United States and the government of Cuba are successful over a period of time in reestablishing trade relations, and it becomes possible again to grow tobacco in Cuba, would you want to be one of the first back there, or is it important now to have Cuban tobacco, or have you been able to replicate it closely enough elsewhere to make that a non-issue?
Oh, I don't think it's. I think Cuban tobacco is one of the best tobaccos in the world. I don't think it's necessarily the best anymore. I think that I prefer Ecuador tobacco, for example. That not because we're in Ecuador, but because that's what our customers prefer. They prefer Ecuador tobacco. I think that Yet, you know, every tobacco has its own distinct thing. Okay, Cuban tobacco has its own distinct thing. So would I be back there? Without a doubt. I think that you know, what makes a good cigar is the blend. So I think that Cuban tobacco as part of the blend is very important. And would I be back there? Yeah, as long as it's legal to go back there, and as long as you know, relations were changed, had changed. Yeah, we'd probably be one of the first back there to grow or buy. Okay, I can tell you this: we would never go back there and try to claim back properties that the government took from us and stuff like that, because that will cause more rift. That will never happen to begin with. You'll never be successful at that, and that will cause more rift.
How much did the Cuban government take from Oliva Tobacco?
Well, I mean, you know, it took whatever we had, just like it took whatever everybody else had that left there, Tony. We had farms there. We had a warehouse there in Havana. Did they take it? Basically, yeah, because we left it. We didn't want to be there. We didn't want to operate under that system of government. They would have taken it anyway. Okay, that's how communism works, champ.